And welcome back to the second episode of Kult, Divinity Lost, the campaign Trapped Within. I'm your GM, Matihi, and joining me tonight is Ghost, playing Terry McKinley, and Aki, playing Emil Hendry. Now, I will again warn you all that this is not a game that will be taking certain subjects lightly. There could be certain aspects of the game that might be disturbing to some, so listener discretion is advised. We are picking up directly from where we left off last game. As Terry leans over the body of Jesse, she convulses, her narrow shoulders shuddering and shaking. Only the whites of her eyes are visible as her body spasms. She grabs hold to Terry's shoulders, holding them tightly before vomiting out a torrent of blackened water from her mouth. It starts to pour from her lips, onto the ground, onto Terry. He has no time to assess the situation. He just throws Jesse away from him and runs off, heading north. Being close to Emil's home, Terry panics and runs into Kenwood Park. He doesn't see the people that he runs past, his eyes only focused on what's ahead. All he can hear is his rapid breathing, feel the pounding of his heart, and the sound of his sneakers hitting the paved walkway. Emil watches as Terry flees the scene, both in confusion and with curiosity growing. Something's going on, and it's intriguing to Emil. He takes the keys out of Terry's car and runs after him. Emil sees that he's taking off towards Kenwood Park, almost bowling over a couple holding hands along the way. Though Terry is quick to start, Emil is slowly catching up. As the rain lets up, a light fog encroaches on the park. The treetops become harder to see, and the air is thick with the smell of petrichor. You're not sure what time it is, but the clouds have darkened the skies. The air, mixing with the moisture in your skin, causes you to shiver. And Terry, you're running headlong. What are you thinking right now?
The biggest thought in his mind is that he just has to get away from that scene, get away from her, just as he did before. It's been peaceful without that constant call, that constant worry. It's finally starting to normalize. Anxiety's kicking up to the next degree. He doesn't feel the rain, any of that. It's just him, his feet hitting the ground, trying to get as far away from her as he can right now.
And what is exactly, besides Jesse, besides the call, what is Terry running away from? What does Jesse represent?
I don't even know that Terry knows the answer to that question. I think he's maybe thinking about it now. Is he afraid? Was he afraid to commit? Was it something else? He doesn't know.
And Emil, as you're chasing after Terry, what's running through your mind right now?
Emil kind of huffing puffing as he's really building up steam now, as he kind of making a bit of noise as he charges down the path after Terry. Actually pulls out his phone, considerations kind of flooding through, realizing how close he is to home. Shoots a text actually towards his sister of, hey sis, I might have some trouble with keeping an eye on Cooper tonight. Issues with buddy therapy thing, I'll call you in a bit. And as he kind of shuts his phone again and shoves it back in his pocket. He considers what exactly it is that is going through Terry's mind, what it is that he's seeing, and what it is exactly that he can't see.
Emil, I'd like you to... Let me just check your sheet here. Why don't you make me a... where is it? Disadvantage roll, but I think because of your... oh no, that's the next one. So yeah, make me a disadvantage roll for your obsession.
Alrighty. Oh my.
Ooh. You're able to get the text message off to your sister, Henrietta. You do notice it's about 7:45 at this point. Usually she gets to work at about 7:50. Not sure if she's seen this in time or anything like that. But you keep running. You keep running after Terry. And Terry, as your feet are hitting the pavement, you finally hit a fairly solid object on the path. You hear kind of a woman exclaim a bit as both of you were knocked back and onto the ground. And you look up, kind of snapping out of fear, out of you constantly running. You see a woman. You're not exactly sure who it is. But as Emil catches up, you see Terry has actually banged into your ex-girlfriend, Vivian.
Emil kind of sees the two of them, sees Terry finally stopped, and gets like a good 5 yards maybe at most away before he kind of has his hands on the knees. Oh man, you're really going at it, Terry. And kind of really takes in and like understands the situation. Oh, Viv, how's it going?
And Vivian, she is kind of on the ground right now. She's rubbing her head a bit, as it seemed as though Terry had run full long into her and smashed into her. And she's rubbing the back of her head as she looks up. Well, I'm gonna have a headache for a while, but oh shit, how are you, Emil?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Well, he kind of motions towards Terry. I'm dealing with some stuff with my buddy here, and he kind of walks over and offers each of them a hand to help them up.
And Terry takes his hand, looks at Viv. Fuck, I'm really sorry about that, miss.
It's okay, it's okay. And Vivian will take your hand and get up. And she looks to you, Terry, and smiles. I'm Vivian. I shouldn't have gotten in your way.
Terry, I shouldn't have been running so fast without looking where I was going. He shake her hand, and immediately after his hands are shaking real hard, he goes for his cigarettes and immediately pulls one out and lights it up, starts smoking.
Terry, actually, as you reach into your pocket to look for your cigarettes, you realize they must have fallen out on the way as you were running, and you're unable to find your pack of smokes.
Fuck.
You alright,
miss,
man?
do you smoke?
Oh, I mean...
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I do, man, and I've, I got some on me, but not like that.
You got... What do you mean? You got like...
Well, I mean, I got a couple of blunts in my pocket, but I don't have anything else.
Fuck it, man.
You sure, man?
If you don't mind.
You sure you're good? I mean, I know you were saying before you didn't want to do any of that stuff.
As before, man. If it's not a problem with you.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's what he's there for. And Emil kind of reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a small case and opens it, passing a relatively small light blunt over to Terry.
Yeah, he snatches it and lights it immediately. This takes a couple puffs. You, do you want to pass this back and forth, or?
Oh, no, it's all good, man. I had some earlier.
You see Vivian. She's still standing there, and Emil, you know that Vivian, one of the reasons that both of you decided to amicably split up is that she's very much against drug use. You see she narrows her eyebrows, frowning a bit and crossing her arms. I still see you doing that, Emil.
Oh, yeah, you know how it is, Viv.
No, I don't know how it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so, huh? How are you doing anyway? It's probably a
I'm,
bit late, huh?
yeah, I'm fine, Emil. I just went for a hike as usual. It's calm at night, not so busy.
Yeah, although the weather's a bit rough lately, huh?
I don't know what you mean. It's pretty nice. You can see on the ground puddles are slowly drying up.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. Lots of stuff going on, you know what I mean? Terry here's having a bit of a day of it.
He seems like it. And she looks over at you, Terry, as you sit down on the walkway and slowly start to settle your heartbeat, slowing and returning to normal. Your hands still trembling, but not as much as before.
Emil kinda heads over and sits down next to him. You doing okay, man? I mean, like, I don't know what you saw back there, but, shook you up pretty good, huh?
Terry looks at Emil confused, looks at Viv, and thinks maybe that he's just trying to act like he didn't see it for his sake. But he's not sure, and you didn't see that what happened in the car, man.
Oh, no. I didn't see anything, man. You kind of just, slammed the brakes all of a sudden on my end, but, that's kind of what I was wondering. Oh, yeah, I grab your keys for you. Here you go. And I'll pass him the keys. Just in case, didn't want anybody, grabbing your car.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Emil.
And Vivian looks kind of between the two of you, gives you a bit of a weak smile. I'll leave the two of you be.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Viv. This is
No,
Terry,
it's...
and Terry, this is Vivian. She's my ex. Terry's one of the guys from my therapy group.
Oh, yes. Well, it's nice to meet you, Terry. And will I see you tomorrow, Emma?
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right. And she gives you both a smile and gives you a very small wave there, Terry, as she heads out, jogging on. You can see she's got her long brown hair up in a tight ponytail with a baseball cap on, wearing these dark blue shorts that are kind of hard to see in the darkness as she runs.
Have a good night, ma'am. Anyways, just she goes. He goes back to the blunt and looks at Emma. You didn't see me hit that fucking girl on the road, man? At all? Like, did you miss it? Did you blink?
I mean, no, man. If you hit a lady, I'm pretty sure I would have seen it. I'm not that high, man. But to be honest, I was like, what exactly did happen? Like, you said you hit a lady? What do you see, man?
I don't even know where to start, man. Like, um, so I'm not from here. Like, I wasn't raised here. You know, I wasn't born here. I came from San Francisco. You know, I moved out here with my folks. The girl I thought that I hit, that you're telling me I didn't. She's a girl I used to go to school with in San Francisco. Um, her name is Jessie. And I don't know, man. When we were back there at the crosswalk, I thought I saw her in the road, and I felt the impact when I got checked. Her shit was just weird, man.
I mean, yeah, you like slammed the brakes and went out there like you were like looking at something, but I couldn't tell what was going on.
I thought I killed her, man. She was out there. She was convulsing in the street. I tried to pick her up and just start like vomiting bile. I don't fucking know, dude.
Oh,
None of it makes any sense, man.
Sounds pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't like seeing that kind of thing either. But it's... You don't think it's weird, man? You know, the timing of all this, right?
What do you mean, man? Like, with the medication, or what are you talking about?
Yeah, like the medication. I mean, like, Kane seems like he, you know... I mean, the kid's on edge, right? But his dad took the medicine, you took the medicine, right? And I don't know. But then, like, after we were talking about it, now you're seeing things.
I don't know, man. I was seeing things yesterday too, a lot. Like, just, I don't know. You think it's like this, like schizophrenia, or what do you think it is, man? I don't know.
I mean, like, maybe, man, you know, but here's the thing, man, you know. Some of it doesn't make sense, right? Like, with Kane's scratches, you know, like, after we talked about it for a while, we could all see that, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it right away, no.
Yeah, exactly, but once you, like, got in your head and started thinking about it, it was there. And, remember those bumps you felt on my hand, right?
Yeah, no, I remember bumps.
Well, it's like, that was me having I thought it was me having one of those schizo attacks or whatever. During the day, like ripped up my hand and stuff. It was real bad. But here's the thing, like, you felt that. Like, I can still see it, I can feel it. But it's not supposed to be there, right? And here's the thing, man, the doc saw it too. Like, you guys were busy, but, like, when I showed it to him, like, he saw it. And you know how his expressions are, like, he doesn't give away nothing. But he saw that, man.
I don't know, man, like our conditions are really fucked up, right? Like, maybe when we're off our meds, we're all seeing shit and convincing ourselves that we're all seeing shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Or maybe the doc is fucked up. Maybe that's why he's does what he does. You know, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
man.
I know that she shouldn't fucking be here. She shouldn't be here, and you didn't see her. I don't know. It's all fucked up, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I'm saying is, like, something odd's going on, and you know, maybe it's like the schizophrenia or whatever talking, but, it kind of makes me wonder what's real anymore. And, it's not just the drugs, because, I mean, if it were that, I mean, I'd be seeing things all the time, man. But it really makes you wonder, right?
I don't know. I kind of just want this shit to go away, to be honest. I might just take all these fucking pills, man. I don't want to think about that shit anymore. That was not a good part of life.
I mean, yeah, I can't blame you. It sounds like it was pretty rough from what you're saying. It definitely has you all shook up, huh? But I mean, it's like, if something like that's going on, and like something's happening to her like that, like, is that someone you want to leave in that place,
Like, oh shit. Hold on, let me roll that first. See how bad this is. So Terry just kind of leans back on the wall and looks at Emil and goes back to his blunt. Emil, man, did you ever have someone who you're like super close with for a long time when you were a kid, like like not family, like a friend, somebody who maybe even a girl you were like close with, not like dating or anything, but like a friend for elementary school, middle school, high school, like you ever have someone like that?
I mean, and this is kind of the same thing I'm kind of worried about now, but I don't rightly remember, dude.
Well, I'll try to give you an idea. So I'd known Jesse for years. Like, we did co-ed soccer together when we were little kids. We went through all middle school, same high school, all of it, Same homeroom pretty much every year. It's crazy. We were like good friends, I didn't start dating until high school. And like, I don't know, man. It was one night party. I had just broken up into a really shitty relationship. And things happened. We were kids. We weren't very smart. And like, I thought, that was it. Like, that was going to be it.
Oh. She didn't, huh? And Emil kind of looks at his phone as it buzzes.
You can check that, man. And he goes back to his phone.
Dude. I know this is like big for you.
You check your phone. You see that the messages are from Cooper. You see the first one comes in and just says, "Uncle?" And there's a question mark followed by another one that says, "Where are you?"
Emil, without really bothering to like look through the rest much, clicks the call button on the text and puts the phone up to near. "I'm sorry, dude. Like, just give me 1 minute. It's my nephew,
Yeah, if you want to, we can start walking back to the car.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea, man.
He gets up and puts the blunt out and hands it back to Emil.
Oh yeah.
You ring. You call up Cooper. Phone rings a couple times before the other line is picked up. "Uncle, is that you?"
Oh yeah. Hey, little buddy, how's it going?
Mom dropped me off outside your apartment. When are you getting back?
Sorry, I'll be there in just we're not all that far. We just had an issue with the car, so I got a ride today. I know it's a bit unusual, but I'll be there in just a couple of minutes, probably.
Okay. As he's speaking, you hear kind of voices in the background. They sound a bit loud and a bit drunk. They sound like male deep male voices.
You okay, little buddy? Everything all right over there?
Just come soon, please.
Yeah, we'll get there as quick as we can, okay?
And you hear like he's about to speak, and then the phone hangs up.
Hey man, we gotta get a move on. Something's going on with my nephew. It sounds like some of the guys around there are like, I don't know, man. Let's go. And Emil
Yeah, that's the
picks
yeah.
up the pace. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, you pick up the pace, and Terry, you're heading over to Emil's with him.
Yeah, may as well. Like, it sounds like there might be an issue, so I'll take him in the car and probably won't say much more else about my own problems right now because he's got to get back there.
Yeah, you both head back, driving to Emil's apartment, winding through the streets before parking. Your apartment is down a bit of an alleyway, and as your apartment's kind of near the waterfront, there are a few bars that are around here. And normally it's safe. You've been late maybe once or twice back home. And sometimes Henrietta just drops off Cooper. He'll sit down on a park bench or just a bench nearby and play some of his video games or with his phone. He's usually fine. But as you approach and you head towards your apartment, you see kind of in the haze that's there, you see the small outline of a shivering body. And as you get closer, you realize it must be Cooper. Him and his little blonde hair. It's a bit of a mess right now. You can see some of it sticking to his face. You can see him shivering in the cold, his arms around himself. And as he stands there, you check your watch really quickly, and you see that it's 8:15. Seeing that the kid maybe has been out here for
Like a good
45
half hour.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit.
And as you get closer, you notice someone else who's nearby. A larger man that seems to be very, very close to Cooper. And you can see that he's kind of standing near him, very intimidating almost, standing at about 6'3", hovering over the kid. And just Cooper's form is very scrunched. You can see the man, he's swaying a bit, getting closer and closer to Cooper, uncomfortably close. What do you do, Emil?
Yeah, Emil's kind of out of the car by this point, I assume, and kind of rushes on over. Oh, hey, man.
Hey, what do you want, man?
Oh, hey.
Man turns, you can smell just the alcohol on his breath as he turns to speak to you. You can see his eyebrows are furrowed a bit. His hand is on Cooper's shoulder.
Hey, how's it going? He kind of addresses Cooper more than anything. How's it going, little buddy? You doing good? I'm so sorry it took me so long.
You can see Cooper's about to speak, and the man speaks up. He's fine! He's fine! Just josh it around. What do you want, man?
Oh, nothing much. I mean, we're gonna head in. I'm just a bit late, right?
Yeah, you're pretty late. I've been keeping him company for the last little bit.
Oh, yeah? Well, I
Yeah.
just thinks, yeah, but, like I said, man, we're gonna head on in, okay?
You can see the man squares up to you, just shakes that. Yeah, does he actually know you, or he just kind of saying these things? Because he's been left out here for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, I'm his uncle. My sister's son, you know.
And you can see Cooper. He's about to move towards, and the man still has a grip on his shoulder. You can see the grip increases, and Cooper strains underneath the weight.
Yeah, Emil's like not too pleased with it. So what's the deal, man? You got a problem or something?
You have a problem?
I mean, not really, unless you do, but it seems like a pretty chill night, so...
Yeah, it is a chill night. You're kind of harsh on this right now, man.
Yeah, so, let's get on inside and rest up. It's starting to get pretty late and it's cold, man.
What, are you inviting me inside or something?
I mean, what, you want a beer or something, or...?
I've had a few already, but I'll take another one.
Yeah, sure, dude. I don't mind.
And he seems to agree to this, and he turns and starts walking towards the apartment door. And Cooper looks up to you with a very concerned look on his face. Do you think this is a good idea?
Yeah, Cooper kind of squats down, Emil kind of squats down. Yeah, so don't worry about it, little guy. You alright? I'm so sorry. I mean, it took me way longer than it should have. Weird, right? I took a car, and it took me longer. But, that's how it is sometimes.
And he kind of rubs the back of his head. I'd like you, I guess, to make me, maybe... Actually, Terry, why don't you make me an observe a situation? Since you're kind of sitting on the outside and looking at the... let's see.
Terry's kind of walking up a bit. He had to reach around to get his cigarettes out of his car. He has a pack in there.
Able to find another pack of cigarettes. And you can ask one of these questions of the situation as you're observing it, as you're observing Cooper very much, his shoulders kind of hunched in. You can see the man swaying a bit, moving towards the door, and Emil crouching down to speak to Cooper one-on-one.
I guess I'd try to figure out what's being hidden from me in this situation, because I don't have any questions about what's strange.
Yeah.
This is a grown-ass man with a kid, so it's what's being hidden from me in this situation, I guess. What do I perceive about it?
You can see Cooper, he's got a hand, one of his hands is pulling down his sweater sleeve that he's wearing fairly aggressively. His other sleeve is about a 3/4 sleeve coming up to the mid of his forearm, while the other one, he seems to be hiding his lower kind of arm, his wrist.
Terry walks up, a cigarette in his mouth, and he looks at Cooper and looks at Emil. Hey, Emil, everything good, man?
Oh, yeah, just, I don't know, and he kind of, with a hushed voice, I don't know, guy seems a bit, a bit sloshed or something, but, just making sure Cooper's alright here,
And Cooper looks up and he just nods very quickly. Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure? You look a bit shook up, buddy.
Yeah, I'm fine, Uncle Emil.
Terry looks at Emil. So I've introduced myself to him, or?
Oh, yeah. This is Cooper, my nephew.
And he looks at Cooper. Terry, I'm a friend of your uncle's. Coop, and he reaches out. He's going to reach out with the hand that would he'd have to use his pull down sleeve to shake in return.
Yeah, he lets go of his wrist, kind of automatically raising a hand up to shake yours, and you see what looks like newly formed bruises that are around his wrist. They're fairly deep.
Oh man, you got some nasty bruises, man.
And he pulls his hand away and again covers it. I'm fine.
Yeah,
It's
Emil
okay. It's
notices
okay.
that pretty quick himself. Hey, what's that, man? You know, what happened to you? That guy wasn't grabbing at you or nothing, was he? I know he was holding your shoulder like that. It looked a bit annoying. Are you okay?
Why don't you make me read a person check there, Emil?
Righty. 10.
So you get to ask one question. Either to me or to Cooper himself.
Yeah. Oh God, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you feeling all right, little buddy, or are you like hurt? Like, he didn't do nothing, did he?
And he kind of looks over, side-eyeing the guy. You can hear the guy just holler out, "Are we going inside or what?" He's still swaying around. Cooper looks up to you with his eyes start to water. At this point, you can see it as he's very close. He's trying to pull me away. I was waiting here. I'm glad you showed up and you did, but I was pretty scared, Uncle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I get you, little buddy. Don't worry. We're here now. Everything's gonna be good, okay? And
Can we call the cops, man?
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. And Emil actually pulls Cooper into a hug. Tell you what, Terry, you want to do me a favor and, like, try and get him over by the car, right? And I'll get Cooper inside, and then we can, call the cops and deal with this situation from there.
I don't know, man. I think we should just stay away from the fucking guy, Just like, let's all just go by the car. I'll call the cops, and if he comes over, then, we'll just tell him the score. He's not going to start shit if cops are on the way, I mean, if he's smart, even if he's drunk.
At this point, he's actually coming over to you guys. He stumbles slightly, and he's got his arms raised. Why are we going inside, man?
Emil, just take Coop, man. Just take him by my car, and I pass him the keys.
Oh.
Hey, man, just chill the fuck out, okay?
How do you chill the fuck out? I am chill. You guys are not the ones who fucking chilled out.
And Emil does kind of lead
buddy.
Cooper over, so.
Listen, man, I don't know all this stuff's going on, but you're fucked. I'm just calling the cops. So just go home, or you can deal with the cops when they get here.
Hey, man, fuck you. And he kind of gets up very close to Terry, and he's actually basically going to try. He's not going to throw a punch or anything, but he's going to start getting physical, and he's going to take his hands and push them against your shoulders fairly aggressively. What do you do as he's getting really close?
I mean, I'll take the push and just try to initially just fucking wave it off, try to walk away from him, and just try to, again, keep calling.
And he's
on one.
Yeah, he's coming after you now, and he actually tries to grab your wrist and take your phone from you.
So by this point, Emil has kind of set Cooper in the car, and he's like heading back. So
Terry is. It's not quite a actually. Why don't you make me? They're not experiencing harm. He is going to basically try and grab this thing from you. So why don't you give me a avoid harm check? Let's see. So, I'm just seeing here. So he kind of grabs for your wrist. He tries to pull the phone. You still have the phone in your hands, you're able to keep a grip on it. But he's very close to you. His hand, you can feel how clammy it is as it's locked against you, against your wrist there. What do you do, Terry?
Man, fuck off. You trying to go to jail? And just try to, like, get my arm free and push him and trip him, do something to get him off me, basically. First thing that opens up that I see, try to get him the fuck away from me.
All right, give me one moment, because I'm having issues here with music.
It's all good.
I gotta read. Of course, it starts up right when I hit refresh.
Oh no, gotta read.
Gotta read.
I have to read. And I had to refresh.
There you go. Now it's going.
Oh, thank Jesus. Once it loads.
And yeah, while Terry's doing that, Emil's like heading over. He would have like gotten Cooper in the car and closed it up and had him lock it. Told him, stay here until we're all done with this. That whole deal.
Sorry, my Roll20's acting up right now.
It's all good.
Of course, right at this part. Damn it! Let's see if that actually goes. Yeah. So, yeah, you are attempting to kind of shake him off there, or just kind of push him off, Terry.
Pretty much.
Okay. So we'll say you're trying to kind of act under pressure right now as he's got a hold of your wrist. You're just trying to get him away from you. So make me an act under pressure roll there. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so as you're trying to push him away, use your other hand to try and get his hand off your wrist. And your wrists are pretty thin. His hands are fairly big, and he's able to basically grab both of your wrists into one hand and tear your phone out with his other. And he takes the phone, he throws it onto the ground, bouncing a few times as it hits the pavement. Emil, what do you do as you see this man who's getting fairly aggressive with Terry?
Emil immediately kind of gets up there and gets like between the two of them, gets in front of Terry. Hey man, this doesn't need to be like escalating like this, You don't need to be getting into it or anything, man.
Alright, why don't you, as you're trying to get into the fray here, just trying to get between the two of them, why don't you make an act under pressure roll?
Alrighty.
Right. You're able to kind of get between the two of them. He's still got a hold on Terry, but you are able to get between the two. He's just like, look man, he's the one who's coming at me.
No, man. He's just worried about my nephew, right? Go ahead and
Why the fuck are you worried about him?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, he's got bruises on his hand and stuff. That's not cool.
It's fucking fine. You're the one who left him out here for, like, what? An hour? 2?
Yeah, for too long.
What the fuck's your deal with the kid, man? Just go the fuck home and drink.
Hey, fuck you.
Or you can go to fucking jail. Keep trying to start shit people don't even fucking know, man. What the fuck's your problem?
Like, oh, you want to know my fucking problem? And he lets you go, Terry, and he actually winds up to punch you. But unfortunately, since Emil, you rolled that 13. It's actually you who's going to get the punch to the face.
Yeah, and Emil's a pretty built dude. He has full intent to kind of sit there and like make sure it doesn't get Terry and that he tanks it himself. So
1 moment. So let's see. Why don't you make me an avoid... actually, no, endure injury as I'm taking this.
cool. There we go. Oh man, took it hard. 2 and a 1. My.
Ooh. Yeah, so you receive kind of this punch to the face. Oh, goodness. So it'd be actually plus fortitude minus harm, so it's actually worse. So you get hit right in the face, kind of right just between the eyebrows there, and you are knocked basically onto the pavement, and for at least a few moments you go out cold. And Terry, you see this man just drop Emil like a bag of hammers.
And Terry backs. He's like, "What the fuck?" And looks at the guy, and just yells at us, "Yo, someone call the fucking cop!" And it's just gonna square up because he's imagined this guy's gonna come at him next.
Yeah, you're squaring up, and he's going to square up with you as well. And as you do so, why don't you make me a engage in combat since you're fighting him?
But I have to.
All right. I'm just going to look at actual damage here. There's weapons and harm. Okay. So you're just attempting to basically just punch him in the face or something along those lines, yeah? What are you attempting to do right
keeping
now?
it simple. I mean, yelling out for someone because he doesn't. I mean, Terry's not a fighter. He doesn't think he can handle this dude, but he's gonna try because Emil just got knocked out. So he doesn't know what this guy's plan is. So he squares up and is just trying to read the guy, hoping that because the guy's drunk, he might be able to outmove him. And it's just trying to like throw punches, hit him in the face. You know, if he sees a chance to take out his knees, maybe knock him over, then he might take it.
Sure. I would say you're able to kind of knock him down, give him a sweep to the legs, and he falls to the ground. You can see he bashes his nose against the pavement, and you see blood just start pouring out of his nose down to his lips. And he licks them before just kind of looking at you. He says, "What the fuck, man?" And he actually gets to his feet, and he quickly kind of runs off. And you just hear, "I'm coming back for you," as he just runs off into the night.
Fucking psycho, man. And like he's gonna run for his phone, then come back and check on Emil.
You pick up your phone. You see that the screen is cracked. It's not broken. The screen's fairly shattered. Emil, at this point, you wake up. Your head is aching. It's only been a few seconds, but as you wake up, you see that man is no longer there. You feel your head is just aching at this point as you sit up.
Yeah, he kind of rights himself a little bit. Still not trying to stand or anything just yet, but rights himself sitting upright and very groggily, kind of holding a hand over his brow. Oh man, oh he got me good. Oh, that kills.
Fuck, man, that guy's nuts. And he holds his hand to help Emil up. You gonna be all right, man?
Oh yeah. I mean, I mean, you don't know, but I mean, I'll live through it, right? It's all good. Emil kind
Yeah, Terry's gonna see if his call went through, and you know, I'm gonna go check on Coop, man. I don't know if he saw that or not.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's just in case, let's get inside, okay?
Yeah, let's get in. He's trying to check his phone, trying to make sure the call went through.
Yeah, you were calling the police, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the line it's still on right now. The call went through, so it seems like they've been listening for the past minute or so.
Hello, 911, please.
Good, you're on the line. This is 911. Where are you?
And then he knows the street, right?
Yeah, you know the street at this point.
Yeah, so he'd give the address, and he's like, yeah. So I was taking my friend home from. We have a group therapy thing together, and when I brought him home, there was some guy being weird with his nephew or something out front. So we tried to like get the guy to go, and he just got violent, man. Like he knocked my phone out of my hand when I was trying to call you guys. He punched my friend in the face, and then he just ran off. I think he was trying to do something to the kid too. I don't know. I'm just wondering if like someone come out here or if something like that. I can give a description of the guy. I don't know. I think we just need help on this one.
We're already on the way. Officers will be in your area in the next minute and a half.
Oh, sweet. Thank you so much.
And they stay on the line with you. You see Cooper, Emil. He's got both his hands against the glass window. And there's this look of concern on his face. You can see there's tears that are pouring down his eyes, down his cheeks.
And Emil heads over and kind of opens the door. You alright, little buddy?
You open the door, Cooper throws his arms. I thought that something happened and that you were dead or something. And he's just gasping as he just starts sobbing into your chest.
Emil holds him back and kind of has a hand kind of patting through his hair. Oh, don't worry, little buddy. I'm a bit tougher than that, you know? It's alright. It's alright.
Yeah, he sniffles a little bit as you're comforting him. And by that time, you see two police officers. They show up onto the scene. And they're able to take your statement. Is there anything in particular you'd like to tell them, or just generic description of the gentleman, that sort of thing?
Terry would mention over the statement. Yeah, so I mean, I don't understand what the dude's problem was, man. Like I think he was just super hammered, you know? Like he was just mega fucked up, pardon my language, and I don't know why he was getting so aggressive. You know, I told him, I did say I was going to try to call the cops, but that was after we saw the bruises on the kid. You know, he's trying to do something to the kid, and, you know, people are weird, man. Like, I don't understand the problem with it, but he flipped. He just started throwing punches. I don't know how he didn't kill me. Like, for real. But that basically what Terry says in his statement.
You know, they take your statement, nodding. And gentleman asks you, which direction did he happen to go in?
He went that way, man. I was able to trip him up, and he smashed his face there. You see the blood, and then he just ran off and said, "I'm coming back for you." So I don't know if that means tonight or what, but he said he was going to get me or get us, one of us. I don't know, man.
He just nods. All right, we'll case the area. If we need anything more, we have your contact information. Get in touch.
Thank you, officer.
Of course. And Officer Green, the gentleman, and Officer Rogers, the woman, they both and as they do, Officer Rogers kind of comes up to Cooper and Emil. She pats Cooper on the head. Hey, it's all right now. Smile. And she gives Cooper a grin. And as she does, you see Cooper smiles back at her as the two officers, they head out. You see Cooper, he wipes the tears from his eyes and looks up. Can we go inside now and order pizza?
Yeah, don't worry, man. I'm sorry about all this. I don't like showing up late in the first place, and, this is a lot to handle, so I think you definitely deserve it. Relax for a while. Your dad probably won't be all that far off, so...
Okay. And do all three of you head inside, or just...
Yeah, Emil kind of gets Cooper inside, and then turns to Terry. Hey, man, you wanna, hang around for a bit, just in case?
For a little bit, yeah. I gotta get back to my dog
Oh,
because he's
yeah.
gonna want to eat and stuff. So.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, we're gonna make pizza real quick, So if you want some...
Yeah, I can hang around for like a half hour, but I gotta get going after that. Just lock the car up and yeah, I'll come in.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And Emil's place is pretty well kept for the most part. Everything is rather neat and tidy, which is, surprising given his general demeanor. But he does set to getting the pizza in the oven. Usually has dough like preset and all ready to go. And then, actually puts everything on with Cooper usually.
Cooper seems back to normal at this point. He's smiling and laughing as you... He starts to tell you about his day, about him going to school, kids that he played with. Tells you about the new science project they're doing and that they're basically making a solar system right now out of foam, little foam balls, and that they're to reimagine a different kind of solar system besides our own. And he goes on about talking about violin practice. And it's just his kind of usual. You can see that he's pretty quickly gotten a lot better than he was.
Yeah, Emil definitely looks happy for it. Quite glad to see him relaxing, getting back used to it. And around then offers Terry some of the pizza, which is unique in its own way. It's a pretty big pizza, and it's covered in black olives, banana peppers, and anchovies. But he has a small plate there he offers Terry with a slice on. Here you go, man. I don't know what you like, but this is our usual.
Man, never gonna catch me complaining about food. Tight, man. Thank you. And he takes the plate and rolls the pizza up a bit and eats it. Probably weird. It's kind of folded. So.
Yeah, there's like a small little from Emil as he sees that and hangs with Cooper and makes sure their usual show is on. Probably first time in a while they've missed a bit, but it's not exactly hard to catch up, and half the time they're watching reruns anyway. So.
Yeah, you're watching Bob's Burgers as usual. That's one of his favorite shows. He really likes Gene. And Terry, as you're flipping through Instagram, you actually do see that there is a work request from a woman named Alessandra, who's requesting that you do some photos for her at the park tomorrow.
Yeah, he'll finish or put his pizza in one hand, reply back. He's happy to take the job. He'll set aside the time.
Yeah, she sets a meeting time about 2:30 p.m. tomorrow, and you're able to get that all set up. It's about 9 o'clock now when you hear a very soft knock at your door, Emil.
And Emil heads on over, and although then thinks about what happened earlier and double checks through the little looking glass thingy,
As you double check, you see that it's Quang, Cooper's father, and Henrietta's husband.
Oh, and he opens the door. Hey, Krang.
He gives you a, hey, Emil, how's it going?
Oh, I mean, a bit unusual day. I texted my sis, but I was, a bit later than I meant by far. Much out of the ordinary. And he makes sure that they're still a bit out of earshot of Cooper. And there was this guy, I think he'd been drinking a bit much, right? Was hanging around. It doesn't look like he did really too much of anything. But Cooper's got some bruises on his hand, right?
What? And you see that Quang instantly gets very upset. What do you mean bruises?
Yeah, I don't know. The guy was really weird. He clocked me in the head, but I mean, we kept Cooper safe for the most part. The cops are keeping an eye on it.
He pushes past you and quickly goes over to Cooper. You can see him put a hand through his hair, him leaning down, just inspecting Cooper. Are you okay? Is everything all right? And Cooper's like, yeah, everything's it's fine now, Dad. It's okay. And you can see Quang just fawning over Cooper, very, very worried. And he stands up again, looks at you, Emil. You can see his demeanor's changed at this point. How could you let this happen?
Yeah, I know. I'm not too happy about it either,
Not too happy. Emil. Something worse could have happened to Cooper.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I've been thinking about that a lot tonight.
Yeah, you should be.
Excuse me, sir. Terry stands up.
And Terry, as you stand up, I would like you to make me a disadvantage. My goodness. This is the best. This is the best disadvantage. Alright. So, I got to make notes of all of these. But, yeah, Terry, you stand up and you address... he says, yeah?
Are you Cooper's dad?
Yeah.
Before you let Emil have it, I should tell you that I was the one who was bringing him home tonight, and there were some things that happened on the way home that kept us from getting back sooner. So if you're gonna be pissed off at someone, be pissed off at me, sir.
You can see Quang. He's seething a bit. He takes a deep breath, closing his eyes, and nods, looking to Emil. It's a good thing nothing worse happened tonight.
Yeah, I know.
But if you fuck up again, Emil, I swear to God.
Oh, trust me, I won't. I'll keep an eye on this kind of thing. I mean, even though, some stuff happened, it's still my responsibility to get back here in time. So, don't think I'm trying to, play it off on Terry or anything.
And he just kind of pinches his brow. Yeah, I get it. But your sister's not going to be happy about this.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Well, I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah, you are.
I really am sorry, Quang. I hope you know that. And you too, Cooper. I'll get here a lot quicker next time. Don't you worry.
You see Cooper. It's okay. And he shoves the rest of the pizza in his mouth. Oh, God. And Quang just takes Cooper's hand. We're leaving tonight, buddy. Come on. And he takes Cooper. And as he's heading out the door, Cooper waves to you. Bye, Uncle Emil.
Bye-bye, little buddy. Have a good night.
You too. And he goes down the hallway. You can hear them going down the stairs. And the door finally closing to the stairwell.
Emil kind of sits heavy onto the couch, breathes a proper sigh, and oh man. Well, long night, huh?
Yeah. He looks at the time, and
You see it's about 5 after 9 at this point.
Yeah, Emil, man, I gotta bounce. I got a lot of jobs tomorrow, man.
Oh yeah, no problem. Did you still want to go hiking and stuff later on?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, I don't. Just to clarify, Matt, I don't work tomorrow. It's just a job, right?
Yeah, it's just a job. I think your gas station job is just like
Monday through
Monday to Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
So yeah, he says, oh yeah, for sure, man. So I have a thing at the park around 2:30. So, I mean, if you want to go tomorrow or the day after, we can set something up.
Yeah, I
To
mean
get out of
it's whenever. It's up to you, man. I mean, I really don't mind. I got nothing too crazy going on.
Yeah, man. If you want to go tomorrow, after my thing, we can go for like a short hike, and then
Yeah.
that'd be. I mean, I don't know, get dinner or something afterwards.
Yeah, sure, that sounds good, man.
All right.
How are you feeling anyway? I know you were pretty, we got a bit distracted with everything that happened with Cooper and that guy, but
Hmm.
are you doing okay?
I mean, I'm sorry for what happened to your nephew, but I think it helped get my mind off shit at least. But I mean, Jesse, I don't know, man. I'll keep it brief. Jesse she was a friend that I shouldn't have done what I did with, man. You know,
No. I
I was feeling vulnerable. She'd been hiding feelings, I guess, and that shit just didn't mix. I was way too immature at the time to deal with it.
oh man.
And what happened with, he thinks about it for a long time, and she was lying about being pregnant, I think.
Oh man, that's some heavy stuff. Yeah, I could see why you were so stressed out then.
Yeah, it was. He thinks for a moment. You know, I feel like I did everything right at the time, even with, I'm not gonna go into it, but like even with the sex, right? Like I don't feel like there was any chance that happened. But then, the older I get, the more I start thinking maybe it did. Maybe I was just running. I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. I fucked up. Maybe I did. It was weird, man. Like, it wasn't just that. Like, she would call all the time and say that she was, and I just felt like she was inventing reasons for me to come back. That's why I didn't always buy it. But then she called me one day. This is the one that I remember most. And she said something like, "They're after me. They're coming." I don't know what the fuck she meant. It didn't make any sense, dude. Like, what does that have to do with being pregnant? What does that have to do with us?
I don't know, man.
You know.
I mean, that sounds like she was scared.
I mean, at the time, I just thought, trying to get me to come back,
You think it was one of those cried wolf situations, huh?
At the time, yeah, but like,
Now you don't know if the wolf got her.
I just really fucked up with that, and I don't know how I fucked up, in what way. I just know that I did, whether it was not sticking around or whether it was the whole thing in the first place, reading her the wrong way. Maybe she actually was, and I just am fucking deadbeat dad. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's some really heavy stuff, man. But I don't know. It's odd that, that's what you're seeing now. Off the meds. Well, I mean, even on the meds, right? When we started talking about it again, like you started noticing things. And like, you remember how I said, I can't remember a lot of things. And I was thinking about that earlier, and there's a lot of blanks there, just not getting filled. And, I gotta wonder, if it's the medicine doing that.
Maybe, man. For all the bad shit it might be doing side effect wise or fucking up memory, it's nice to not feel like you're on a needle's edge all the time.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess so, but it's like, you think about it, and I think about this all the time, man. Like, I'm high, like, constantly, but I don't let that, I don't use that to run away, I use that to relax a bit, but I don't like the idea of running away, you know what I mean? Not that you are or nothing, and, not that any of us are, but I don't know. Sometimes you gotta really, hunker down and look at reality and see what is,
and Terry nods. And maybe we'll talk more about it on like the hike or something, man. Because
Yeah.
I'm already 15 minutes. But I gotta get back to my dog before he starts tearing down the walls.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you never need anything, man, you can feel free to come over. And you can bring your dog too. I don't mind. But if you're having some issues with that stuff, feel free to talk to me about it.
Oh no, Emil, I've already got one, Doc. I don't know if I need two of them.
I mean, I don't know if I'd call myself a doc, but, just about the opposite, right?
He holds his hand out to shake Emil. Listen, well, I'll see you, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Emil shakes his hand pretty heartily, and yeah, I'll see you then, man. You rest up well, okay?
Yeah, man, for sure. Thanks for the pizza.
Of course, yeah.
Waves on the way out.
And Emil kind of lingers for a bit, after everything with the guy earlier, watching, making sure Terry can get into his car and everything and head out fine. Before finally closing the door once he sees him drive off.
And what do you do for the rest of the night, Emil?
He kind of spends a little bit of a while thinking about everything that's happened, thinking about the stuff Terry's seeing and, how that ties into all of this exactly, right? And then thinking about that guy and, the fact he said he was coming back and stuff apparently, which Emil was still kind of conked for. Things about, his own self-disappointment and, not being there for Cooper in time. And at the end of the day, he kind of smokes up one more time and checks a few auctions that he was waiting on for various little oddities and heads to bed.
Yeah, before you head to bed, you receive this flurry of messages from Henry, and each one angrier than the last, talking about how you could let that happen to Cooper, that the bruise on his wrist has gotten huge, why you weren't there, and just this utter disdain and disappointment just coming through the messages that she was sending. And all you see is, we'll talk about it Monday.
Yeah, and Emil kind of does. It's not that he doesn't reply, but he replies often enough so that she knows he's listening, and then is like, "Yeah, don't worry, I know." Kind of towards the end of it, and sighs again as he plugs in his phone and kind of goes to lay down, not being able to get like the thought of that guy and like what could have happened, and the fact it could have been Emil's fault really, and by all means was, as far as he's concerned, before he finally tries to drift off.
Yeah, it takes you a while, but you smoke another joint, rolling it, and finally gets you to relax and you're able to sleep. But we'll pan over a bit earlier to Terry's. And Terry, you arrive home, you putting your phone, tossing it onto your couch, taking the bag that you have and placing it down. And right as you enter the door, You just hear the patting of feet, the panting of a tongue, and Brutus just comes charging up to you, both paws on your on your chest. You see the tail wagging without abandon, very, very excited. He almost headbutts you in the nuts as he comes up.
Oh, it's my boy, there he is! And he's, oh, he's a good boy. He starts petting him, scratching him by the ears, and do you want to go outside? I know it's been a minute. Come on, let's go
You see him
outside.
pace around very excitedly, as you mentioned, going outside, and he spins around in a few circles, and you can see him panting. He knows to stay silent when he's inside, so you just hear this very low bark as he runs around in circles.
Yeah, he'll take, but he's Terry would have spent time to make sure he's an off-leash dog when he needs to be, so he can just take him right out, doesn't leash him. He's, come on, let's go. And just takes him out real quick and brings him back in after he does his business. And, he's actually going to make some like leftover chicken for Brutus. He turns on the TV, just putting on like maybe a baseball game. They got TiVo. What time of year is it? Like spring? What time?
Yeah, it's May. It's May 17th.
Yeah, he just puts on some like baseball at my TiVo. He watches baseball past the time occasionally, and he'll just put on some baseball for background noise and lock his door up, and he'll start making some chicken like to give to Brutus.
Yeah, Brutus is very excited by chicken that you're gonna cook for him, and he eats it fairly quickly, almost just inhaling it as you give it to him. As the two of you settle on the couch, as you usually do for the evening, his head on your lap. He's fairly relaxed now that you're home, occasionally his tail wagging. You see his head pop up very quickly, and he looks to the door, and you can hear his usual kind of very low kind of barks as he looks towards the door. And finally, you hear a very soft knock.
Terry looks at the door and looks at his watch. And time is it?
And it looks to be about 10:30, 11 o'clock now.
The fuck? He gets up and he kind of has his he's not going all the way towards the door. He just kind of yeah, who's there?
And you hear a slightly familiar voice from the other. It's Vivian. From earlier you banged into me on the walkway.
And Terry's like confused because he doesn't know how she would know where he lives. Oh yeah, how did you get this address?
Your wallet. You kind of banged into me and kind of got my stuff.
Oh fuck! He's just quiet, like oh. He's like, oh, all right, yeah, sorry, thank you. He's gonna come over. He opens the door and hi. Looking at him.
You see she's still in the outfit that she went running in. You see she's got the blue shorts on, very pale pink shirt, and she's now got her hair kind of in this very loose, messy bun, and she's got a little bit of sweat kind of on her face, and she wipes it off her forehead, and she takes the wallet and outstretches it to you. Sorry that it went through your wallet. I just wanted to make sure that I could return it to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I was being so inquisitive about the whole thing. I just was surprised.
It's okay.
Do you want a glass of water or something? You look like you've been running.
Yeah, that would be great, actually. And she steps inside, and you see Brutus come over, and he's wagging his tail, and she goes down, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? And you see him she just starts to pet Brutus. petting his neck, and Brutus seems very, very happy with this new woman in the house.
That's my boy Brutus. Had him for a couple years now.
He seems like a very good dog.
He's a great dog, and he smiles, scratches Brutus as well, and looks. Yeah, I'll get you some water here. You can make yourself come. I'm sorry if it's a bit of a mess. I haven't been in for a while.
It's okay. I'm used to worse than this. And she gets up and looks around, finds a seat, and makes herself comfortable. Brutus will follow you to the kitchen, very much on your heels.
Yeah, he will get her a glass of water. Go there and hand it to her, his own in the other hand.
You hand her the glass of water, and she wipes up her forehead again, taking it. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. He kind of sits down, and he's just got the TV there. He's not really sure if anything to say. I didn't speak with Vivian too much and was a bit awkward looking at the time. And he says, he kind of pipes up, and again, I'm sorry about earlier. I was going through kind of a rough day, and with the pot and everything, it probably wasn't the best first impressions. I'm sorry that's how we.
It's okay. I'm used to rougher. It's fine. Don't worry.
Cool. Well, thanks.
She takes a sip of the water, and you can see she kind of looks you over a bit. She moves to face you more on the couch. So you go to the meeting thing with Emil, huh?
Yeah. Doc says we should be open about the therapy. It's good. Makes you feel not alone. But yeah, I go. It helps out.
Yeah, it's I from what I remember, it took Emil a while to even go in the first place. But no, it's good. I'm happy he's making friends there. It seems.
Yeah, man. Emil's a cool man. He's a cool guy. He's really chill in sessions and makes it easier to go. And when you have to go someplace, sometimes it kind of sucks. But the people there, the doc's not bad either. They make it better.
Yeah, of course. So this is a bit awkward. Considering you ran into me and everything. Well, I was running. But, you think you might want to, I don't know, go for a drink at some point?
And,
I mean, besides this one. Unless we can count this one.
and Terry looks at, Vivian. No, man, I want to confirm. Did Emil mention this was his ex?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, he's probably talked about this in the therapy sessions before, that they are very much not together, but still like hang around a lot, like literally talk every day and shit. But he's never mentioned anything like they still think of each other in that way or anything. So.
Yeah, Terry kind of shifts a bit, and no, I mean, that's not really awkward, but with consideration to Emil, are you sure that's okay?
Yeah, Em will be fine. I mean, you've seen the guy. Basically, nothing phases him anyway.
And he thinks on it. And, I mean, I don't see any reason, why not. I mean, that'd be fine. Yeah. Do you have a bar that you like, or?
She thinks for a moment. She kind of finishes the glass of water that she has, and she puts it down on the table. Like I said, we can just count this.
Yeah, and I think Terry maybe is starting to get the implication a little bit, and he kind of swallows hard, and you want to count this as a first drink? Should I get another glass for you?
Yeah, that'd be great. You can see the smile widen on Vivian's face, and she takes her hand up towards her hair, taking the bun out, and her kind of long brown hair just cascades over her shoulders. She shakes it out a bit. Another drink would be great.
Sweet, yeah. Okay, and we can go get her another glass of water.
And as you kind of go and get the glass of water, you hear footsteps behind you, and you're a bit spooked when you see Vivian is directly behind.
Oh shit. I didn't realize you were so good at creeping around.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes it's hard to wait, you know?
Got the water as fast as I could.
Not the water. And she kind of takes her hand to bring the water down on the counter, and she takes the side of your face and leans in and kisses you.
That's very forward. I'm pretty sure Terry is weak-willed enough to reciprocate. So,
Do you want to make an active pressure check?
I mean, even if I succeeded, I may still just roll with it. So I don't know that we need to be honest.
Nah, she fully leads this. And you can see Brutus. He's very confused at first and looks between the two of them. And finally, he just leaves the kitchen.
Boy.
And the two of you spend the night together. And that's, I guess, where we'll call it at this point. That's the end of this episode of Kult. And it's a good ending.
Da, da, da. Yay.